win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Coming out with it, it's White. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. On the run, it's Frazier. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. This rivalry might not be as bitter for Alabama as the ones against Auburn or Tennessee, or for Georgia, the ones against Florida or Georgia Tech. But when Alabama and Georgia have met over the past decade or so, no matchup has been more impactful across the SEC or college football.
Oh, there's no doubt. Georgia's had a Bama problem. I mean, they've kind of had their number. Obviously got over the hurdle for the national championship, but some great teams that have been held back because Alabama's dominance. This is a big rivalry. This is a huge day for the Dogs.
Anytime these teams play, it feels like a national championship. Even more than an SEC championship. We've seen that time and time again. The one thing I know, Georgia's defense is going to know where Ryan Williams is lining up each and every play, because the true freshman last year ate this defense alive.
The run from the shotgun. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, 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 the dog pound. Run the football, be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
They're going to ride this running back. And this time they're waiting for him, and he only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
That's why, as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on 3rd down, because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on fourth down. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And a lot of times the defense is focused on the middle, right? Bring more big bodies in the red zone. Don't let them run the football. Offense tries to do the opposite. Get outside. Get their speeds to the football.
Touchdown, Dogs! First score of the game goes up.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they look like them, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
He'll bring it out. It's Adams. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. He's going for it all. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He'll try to do it himself. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a fourth down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got... back and ready to go with a fresh possession. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. On the move. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for a gap. It's Frazier. Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Leaves it with the running back. And he'll be stopped for no gain and will be stopped for the end of the first quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Running back searching for a hole. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. He wants to change this route. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
The Bulldogs are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little extra time. Had to throw it before he wanted. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th.
And it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game there. Nice job by the defense dialing up the perfect coverage, taking all the downfield throws away on 3rd and long in the red zone. So nice job by the QB. You got to throw that one away. You just got to eat it. Now you have an opportunity still at a field goal.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. The Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. Catch in the middle, it's Branch. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Quarterback making adjustments. Here's the snap, looking to throw. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He's just able to get what he can get on the scramble play here down close in the red zone.
On the direct snap, it's Bell. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
But when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football. And it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Hampton. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. From the gun, running back gets to give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stake.
And it's loose. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
And they could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Back to throw, it's Russell. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Bring in the heat. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half, as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Rides the back on the option, the give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Pulled down at the 45-yard line, and that's the kind of ball hawking a defensive coordinator loves to see.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to, you know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. That's caught. It's Williams. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, marking at the 47.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. In their own territory, but completely undaunted as they go for it and make it on 4th down.
And it's crazy. I don't even think you have a second thought anymore. Even in your own side of the field, like, what, I'm going to have bad field position? Nah, I don't really care. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the numbers. We're going to be aggressive.
We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Looking to pass. It's Russell. fires to the middle. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to...
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Hale. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Hey, a lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when 3-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises and the Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at on every snap.
To the air, it's Russell. Grabbed over the middle, it's Young. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight-type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
And just a great job on the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Crosses to 40. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the play.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Looking to throw on first down. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Trying play action. Still looking, on the move. Under heat, and he gets rid of it.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over, because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Rushes on him. Another incompletion on third down.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. The give on the counter. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Right back to the well. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
How about the play by the speed back? You think about speed, you think about breaking ankles. He broke the tackle because he's so fast, moving so fast, hard to get the guy on the ground.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day.
The ball's free. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Oh, they're after him. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Young. Got room at the 35. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here comes the heat. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They'll run the option. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line.
What a third down stop by this defense. Third down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the 4th and goal.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Fitted in the window for the score.
And that is why timing is so important in the passing game. That is a critical 4th down. Down near the goal line, everything's going to happen quickly. It's got to be a great route. The quarterback has to get rid of it on time and make an accurate throw. 2 dudes on the exact same page coming up with a massive touchdown down near the goal line on 4th down.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. Florida State is running away with this one right now, and it's kind of felt that way since we saw Chief Osceola and Renegade. They're up by 18 over USC. Just another week in the Mountain West where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Got his man downfield. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And the defense needed that one badly. They're losing in this game. They just gave up a big play, so they finally get the sack, but you feel like they're going to need more than that. They're going to need some turnovers to get back in this game.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Try to get it to the edge. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Dogs need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Georgia sends out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Back to pass, it's Russell. With the catch, it's Hale. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
Now on first down from the 28. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Hale. Breaks into the open. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. The short hands. It's Bernard. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down to 40. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left. Trailing by a touchdown, this 4th down opportunity is gargantuan. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Makes the grab, it's Hale. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, that is a play that we're going to circle. If this team is able to fight their way back and win this game, that one was huge. 4th down, picking up the first, getting some momentum and keeping this drive alive.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. So now it's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Russell. Throws toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bulldozes his way through. Taking it the other way. And a tremendous